Hello!
Hello, everyone.
Guess what I'm not playing today?
Not Armored Core
You've
on my
double negatived it.
screen. I guess I have a little bit. My bad. Okay, hi. I am Ascella Vivace, a magical idol, and exception is sitting on my shoulder.
That's what I do sometimes.
Just sitting on my shoulder because it's convenient. I do need to figure out how to, like, pin you to my shoulder somehow.
Coming soon to theaters near you, but
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm legally allowed to provide you that technology.
Okay. That's fair. It'll change when I have my live 2D in a couple of weeks. Then you
Will that make it easy?
Easy to pin on my shoulder, I think. Maybe.
Nice.
I hope. I at least can pin a picture. Hello, I see that first. Hello.
If you can pin a picture, you can probably pin a source of any generic image visual. You could probably do it.
I don't know. It's VTube Studio. I don't know exactly how it works, but I'll try and figure it out.
People use it, I believe. And if it doesn't, I'll figure out how to make it work anyway.
Okay. Woo! Okay, hello everyone. We're back with more Ace Attorney. I hate this jury. I said in like 3 places I hate this jury. They're horrible. They like to make uninformed choices, which I do not appreciate. Wait, can you guys hear Exception? Okay, cool. Now it's registering. I just want to make sure because I was like, I gotta change all the stuff every time I set up now. It's crazy. Okay. Well, what happened last time? You can hear. Okay, cool. What?
Yeah.
What happened last time? We did another summation examination. That was fun. What did happen last time? I feel like I just got mad at the jury last time. That's all that happened. And we played Armored Core in the background. I remember the Armored Core better than I remember what happened in the game. That's sad. Because it was like 90% just... We came back and we were like, yeah, no poison in the tea, buddy. And they were like...
Van Zeeks was like, who cares?
Yeah, exactly. And then he drank some wine and threw it at people, and that's pretty average, normal behavior.
He does that a lot.
He does do that a lot, yeah. I find it quirky. Let's say quirky. It's a nice way to put it, right?
I almost misheard that as corky, as in like the cork of the bottle. Like he should.
Oh, that would be funny. Damn, I'm not that funny though.
Don't worry, we can lead into wanting him to put a cork in it because
There
he
you go.
complains too much.
You're so right. You're
like
so
there's
right.
jokes here. There's a whole wellspring of possibility.
There
and
are.
all it's continuing on is that people weren't paying attention to the past 20 seconds and also right now.
Oh god, we're still in the trial, guys. Trial is not over. Do you think it'll be over today, or is there gonna be like more insanity? What do you think? Well, I'm asking you. You already know. Hold on. Why am I asking you?
I don't get to be a...
I've asked the wrong person.
Yeah.
Damn.
I'm not allowed to know.
Unknowable. Depends how dedicated you are.
It's about the commitment.
Yeah. Commit to the game.
If I can't say for certain how fast you'll get through stuff.
I know, because sometimes I take too long. I'm sorry. Sometimes the segments are longer, and sometimes the segments are shorter. That's not my fault. That's the game's fault. Mostly.
I will say that if we do finish the trial today, we will be exactly on pace with game 1.
Oh my god, I better hurry then. This is a nice pace though. Okay.
I think.
Okay. Like a weekly TV show, yeah, a little episodic. We are a little episodic.
We even get the summary of what happened last week.
Yeah. What happened last week? I got mad at the jury.
You got mad at
We
the
talked
jury.
about gas.
Oh yeah, we got this theory that Shamspeare's been inhaling gas, and by inhaling gas I mean exhaling gas.
Yeah.
For the purposes of who the heck
oh,
knows
right,
why.
because he's trying to kill Natsume. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we've decided that through that he could have been gotten poison, and we've decided to blame Olive Green for it. Even though we're all sort of a little confused as to that.
Yeah, the trial
so we
ended
called
like
her to the stand.
We called her to the stand and everything ended.
Yep.
Crazy. Madness. Truly. But okay. I'm just gonna jump right in. Let's go. Start playing. I'm excited. I'm excited to see where this goes and how mad I get at the jury. Oh, that blissful silence while it loads. It's so loud. Give them 10 years so the jury can go to lunch. Oh my god. Oh, this game is so loud. Why are you so loud? You know what? I can turn it down. Hold on. Okay, it's turned down a little bit.
Volume.
But I can still hear exception, but not the game will not blast me anymore, fortunately.
Good.
Boop. Oh, there he is.
Joyful jubilant jumping jacks!
Wow, right out the gate.
Yeah, this is the...
Wow.
I mean, it won't be case 2 forever.
Oh, Mr. Natsume, I'm so pleased for you.
Locum student Mr. Nahor Esquire, and non-locum judicial assistant Miss Mikatoba Esquires!
Oh my god, this man is crazy.
Now, finally, at long last, there can be proof. Proof that I'm innocent, and proof that my tea is innocent!
Should worried about the... Oh god.
Ah, good morning, my dear fellows.
Oh my god. First thing.
Right out
First.
the gate.
First freaking thing. Can't escape this man. Not that I dislike him, mind you. But he shows up at the worst possible times.
Yeah, and he very much shifts the dynamics
Every
of what's going on.
Yeah. So this means we're screwed. Like, he's gonna turn around and blame us again somehow on accident. In the courtroom, no less. He showed up. He said he was gonna show up. He did.
The Hairlock Sholm! May you drink my tepid tea and fall forever silent.
Wow, that maybe don't say that. Maybe don't intimate death by tea when you are being accused of death by tea? Attempted death by tea? Oh my god. There we go, exactly. I thought the tea was innocent.
Justified self-defense.
Maybe. Oh, Mr. Sholmes, you came! How wonderful.
Please, save your derision. I know what you're all thinking. Good morning, he said, when it's very nearly time for luncheon. Your scorn is written clearly across your faces.
I doubt that it is. Nobody said or thought anything of the sort except for me. Me. On the other side of the computer. Me.
The truth is, I was determined that today would be the day. As sleep seduced me last night, I thought, tomorrow, for once, I shall not oversleep. I'll rise early and be present in court to support my companions. Such spirited determination had a beauty all on its own, does it not?
Sure. Oh, yes!
And then I began to muse on the subject.
And it was 3 a.m.
Why do people oversleep, I queried? Why, time after time, do they make the same foolish blunder? And the answer came to me at once. It's so delightfully simple. People oversleep because they sleep.
Oh my god.
Is that not an astute insight into the matter?
He's not wrong. Like, technically, he's not wrong.
There's sort of an a priori to it.
Yeah, like, yeah, he's not wrong. I don't know what to say. He's not wrong. Oh, yes.
Upon which realization, I attempted an experiment.
No.
I didn't sleep a wink all night.
Sir.
And the results?
He fell asleep and overslept.
By first light, I was exhausted and began to be assailed by fits of drowsiness.
Shocking.
And so the conclusion of last night's experiment is this. A good night's sleep is quite simply essential.
Yes, I think most of us probably knew that already.
What others presuppose I prove by experimentation. That, my dear fellow, is the scientific method.
You know, most
I'll
people
give
figure that out
respect
in
to-
college, Sholmes.
Ah, yes, and one more thing. Do you remember this?
Oh, no. Ah. Yes, of course. It's the poison that Miss Green was about to drink at the hospital yesterday. Oh, you didn't manage to...
It was a laborious task as the bottle was near empty, but such inconveniences do not hinder Sholmes. I managed to confirm that it contained strychnine.
Damn. So I was right.
Perhaps, though of course such circumstantial evidence doesn't prove Miss Green's guilt. I shall leave the bottle in your care now, but licking the inside of the neck is not recommended.
Nobody just licks things.
He would.
He would. Oh, God, he would. Damn. Bottle of poison entered into the court record. Cool. Wait, who is this? Oh, no.
Wait, hold on.
Mhm.
Could I have a word?
Hello.
Gregson, how good of you to come.
I don't think he thinks it's... Yep, there he goes.
Forget it. Excuse me.
Wait a minute, Inspector. He had to go get his fish and chips.
I, don't wish to make a nuisance of myself.
From the look on your face, I'd say it's someone else who you think is making a nuisance of himself.
My dear Inspector, please speak freely. Pretend that I'm not here. Believe me, if I could do that, life would be a whole lot simpler for me.
Do you have the results, Inspector, of the investigation of Mr. Shamspeare's room?
Not yet. Shouldn't be long now, though. No, I'm here about something else. That dead convict, actually.
Oh, here we go, the plot twist. Oh, you mean the man from this newspaper article we discovered yesterday in Mr. Shamspeare's room? A man by the name of, yes, Selden.
I went through the archives at the yard and dug out the fella's file. There's something in there that, well, it caught my eye.
Something caught your eye? What, Inspector? What?
I've copied out the relevant parts for you, so you can read it for yourselves.
Thank you. Yeah, the capital offenders file. Okay, time to read it. These documents include the details that were in the newspaper cutting we found in Mr. Shamspeare's room. I'll rearrange everything in the court record so we don't have duplicate information. Why are you giving us a copy of this important file, though?
Oh, you're the ones who turned up the clue in the first place, aren't you?
Yes.
I'm just making sure things get handled in the proper fashion.
Oh, Scotland Yard's workings are so wonderful.
Indeed, my dear fellows, and the inspector here is a shining diamond in its crown.
A shining diamond in the rough, maybe.
Look, I just don't want to be beholden to a lawyer, that's all.
He's gone. He just evaporated.
Counsel for the defense and the defendant. Court proceedings are about to resume. Make your way into the courtroom at once. Why are you
Okay.
giving us the tense music? We're winning.
We better win.
Well, I shall leave you then. I'll be listening with interest from the public gallery. Not nodding off at all. Certainly not.
Thank you, Mr. Sholmes.
I'm rather tired of seeing Mr. Mustache in flood of tears. Personally. Oh, the best of luck to you. Welcome soon, Mr. Naruto Esquire.
Yes, Mr. Natsume?
It's time, isn't it?
Yes, this is it. Miss Olive Green and Mr. William Shamspear. This is going to be the final battle. It's going to be a long, long battle. I won't really have saved Soseki-san until I've exposed the whole truth of everything that's been going on. But it's all coming to a head now. You can do it, Ryunosuke. You have to. In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session again now. Before the recess, we heard a most startling accusation from the defense. Namely, that the victim of the case we heard here only a few days ago is the true perpetrator of this incident.
A reckless, rash, and prejudiced charge of wrongdoing in my opinion, my lord. However, the prosecution has tried to extend every courtesy to this amateur newcomer from dubious eastern shores, while being extremely racist all the while.
And redundant. Thank you. I think
That wasn't a compliment.
it is now for that backhanded consideration. A rather cold assessment from the Honorable British Prosecutor, I must say. So, Lord Van Zeeks, is the new witness present and ready to take the stand?
Ready and waiting in the witness's antechamber, my lord.
Let's go. Very well. Bailiff, bring the witnesses in. More than one. Cool. Oh god. Oh my god, not them together. You kidding me?
Witnesses, state your name and occupations for the court, please. William Shamspear, my liege. For mine occupation, I can say only
Nothing.
that I be a tragic victim, to be pitied.
Okay.
Currently unemployed, in other words.
I'm Olive Green. I'm a fledgling artist. Well, no. Not a fledgling, really. A hopeless failure who's too weak-spirited to admit she has no talent, I suppose.
Also currently unemployed, in other words.
Yeah, about that. What a coterie.
I feel like students should be allowed as an answer.
Yeah, right?
Really unemployed. It's more like employed.
Fun employed.
Unemployed.
Fun employed.
Ay, ay, oy.
I'm sorry. I'll stop. Mr. Shamspear.
My lord, I am thy humble servant.
Wow, are you? I'm afraid that you are no longer merely the victim in this affair. The possibility has been raised that you're in fact the assailant, intent on taking the life of your fellow lodger. The part you have played in this whole business will be thoroughly scrutinized, I assure you.
Is it usually possible to countersue during a criminal trial?
I don't think so.
I would for naught else, my lord.
And Miss Green. Yes. You are aware of the reason you have been summoned to this courtroom today, I presume. Yes, the officer did explain. He said I poisoned this ridiculous buffoon. And do you accept the charge, Miss Green? I don't know anything about any poisoning. And I don't know anything about this man.
Come, lady, die to live.
What? What?
Verily, I know not thy prickly pea-pigmented personage.
Oh my god. Very well, let us proceed with the matter at hand. That being to ascertain whether or not Miss Green has any involvement in this affair. It's all very strange indeed. Why would you suspect me? I barely ever go to the East End anyway. Why are your eyes darting around? It so happens that I passed by that neighborhood 6 days ago, that's all. And on the night that this man was poisoned, I was still in hospital fighting for my life.
Yes, having been unfortunately caught up in the incident on the street outside the Garrett household. An incident that rendered you unconscious for some 3 days.
I was struck in the middle of my back by a knife through no fault of my own, and now I'm under suspicion? What other irrelevant things might I be suspected of? It's all very disturbing. Your energies may be better spent worrying about random knife attacks, I feel, Miss Green. At this point in time, all that appears to connect you with Mr. Shamspeare's lodgings is the Briar Road incident of 6 days ago. That's why we would like you to testify formally now about exactly what happened. Oh no. The incident 6 days ago? You mean you want me to relive that awful accident? Unfortunately, yes. Please tell the court what happened that day. And of course, we will be interested to hear from you about your movements that day too, Mr. Shamspeare.
Yeah? But what happened 6 days ago has nothing to do with me being poisoned.
Is it?
I mean, we did solve that case. It shouldn't.
I mean, you never know. Let us proceed then. The witnesses will present their formal testimony to the court on the subject of the incident that took place on Briar Road the evening of the 17th of February. It was 6 days ago at about 5 p.m. I was walking along in the snow when I was suddenly stabbed in the back. Coincidentally, it happened to be just outside the house where the men in this case have their lodgings.
I was at the tavern on the eve of which thou speakst, for I had bespoke my supper.
It was the first time I'd been in the area. I had a little matter to attend to, that's all. Anyway, I was admitted straight to hospital, so I knew nothing about all of this business. That's some useless testimony, thanks guys. Just a useless testimony. Yes, a second incident inside a week at what I believe to be aptly described as the haunted lodgings. One can only presume this is a most unfortunate coincidence.
Meanwhile, you say you are not in your room, Mr. Shakespeare. It was the following morn when I did awaken that I learnt of the dire events.
Hi, Pianui. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in.
Hello!
Welcome in.
Welcome, detectives. We've got a case to solve.
I'm gonna see
Who
if my
murdered the
shout
person
out
trying to
is
murder him?
still broken. No, it's not broken anymore. Yay. You were playing Pirate Yakuza? Oh my god. That's so exciting. Congratulations on your zaniness. Congratulations. Very exciting. Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. I am Ascella Vivace, magical idol VTuber personage. And there is a little guy on my shoulder.
Hello, I'm Exception. I'm the little guy on the shoulder who does not have a standardized self-introduction.
Sorry.
It's just I need to get one.
Nah. Keep making shit up.
Okay.
Doing silly stuff and kicking asses. Is it
You
like...
mind doing one more kick?
So
This
good.
guy right here on screen needs some kicking.
He just needs... yeah, I can't even talk.
Do some piracy on him.
Yeah.
Piracy this man.
Put a pirate hat on Shamspear and see if he shuts the fuck up. Because he's confused about his identity. He doesn't know whether to speak like ye olden speak or pirate speak, and therefore he cannot speak. That would be perfect. Hold on. I've fixed it. I solved the case. I fixed it. I fixed it. I did. Well, Raiders, if you need to go, totally get it. But if you'd like to stick around, just a little warning. We're on case 2 of the second of the Great Ace Attorney games, and we're fairly far along in the trial. So there may be some spoilers here and there.
Yeah, we might get some localized spoilers for this case.
Yeah, just for this case. So hopefully not extraneous things, but it is a follow-up to a case from the first game.
Yep.
Because some people have the worst luck in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And I hate the man on the stand right now.
You hate a lot of people in this courtroom today. You hate this man, you hate the jury, you hate Van Zeeks.
I don't like these people. No, I don't. And I don't have to like them. I am the defense. My job is to hate them a lot. And call them stupid. You're stupid, Shamspear. You're stupid. Gosh. He is kind of stupid, though. I mean, that's not up for debate.
Like, he put all the knowledge of Shakespeare in his brain, and then there wasn't really room for anything else.
Yeah, except for making fake coins out of cold tea to cheat the gas meter, which, like, honestly kind of smart, let's be real, but, like, also the criminal brain, the crime brain, you know?
Crime brain.
Crime brain.
Crime mind.
Crime mind.
Crime me a river.
That's what he's probably gonna do when he loses this case. He's gonna crime himself right down to the Thames. Jump in. He'll sink with all that bling on him. Wow, that was morbid of me. I'm sorry. Sorry. Let's not be morbid like that. My bad. Did you read this line? Oh, God.
Yeah, I did.
Okay, great. The dire events. Cool.
Mary, what a commotion did the officers of the law make on the floor above mine?
Maybe that's why you tried to kill him. When Soseki-san was arrested on suspicion of attempted murder.
As suspected, there is nothing connecting these two witnesses but happenstance.
Pirate stance. It's true. It does seem as though they're unrelated at first glance. But I'm not so sure. There's something lurking in the shadows here. I feel certain of it. You know what? Screw it. We're going to the court record. Okay, so we've looked at all of these things. These are our new things. So first we've got the poison bottle. Nothing remarkable about it. It's just a bottle. Oh, it wants me to...
Oh.
The bottom?
Oh.
So this is the poison we've been hearing so much about. Strychnine. There are a few remnants on the bottom of the bottle here. Look. You mustn't be tempted to try it. Of course not. As long as we don't lose this trial. Damn.
Ooh.
Damn. Not funny. No. Even if we lose the trial. No. We mustn't lose the trial in the first place, Mr. Naruhodo. Make your mind up, Susato-san. Okay, cool. We have examined the bottle. Whoops. I've clicked the wrong button. There we go. Okay. Boop. Now let's look at this. I'm really curious about this. Investigative findings related to Selden. 18 counts of burglary, 6 counts of suspected murder. Died of natural causes while in prison. His final moments witnessed only by his cellmate. Estimated one... did I not? Oh no. Hold on. Pianui, I didn't post the cat pics last time. Hold on. I got...
Oh no.
Oh no, I gotta post... Hold on. This is very important. This is very important. I'll post 2 cat pics. I gotta pay interest, right? Hold on, do I have any new cat pics to post? I was gonna take a new one and then I didn't.
While Ascella figures that out, I have a question to ask the people who know more about Great Britain in the 1900s. Does anyone know what like section of London Greater is where like the crime happens? And I mean like the crime lord happened. Like if the mafia was in London, where would they mafia? Where would they mafia at? I'm trying to generate a joke later and I need that information. And like, do I mean Greater London or do I mean like City of London proper? I don't know the districts of London, greater or otherwise. I mean, it could be Greater. It doesn't have to be in the city. I just want to make this joke. I just need to know where the crime syndicates occur.
Just over there, like where crime in London.
Wait, how do I look this up without being like marked on a list?
He had been suffering with fever since the end of October. That's it? This is all we get? This is not helpful information. Ugh. Not helpful information at all. We need the other half of this envelope. Alright. We're back. And this is my one and only chance to expose it. The poison bottle is all we've got. Counsel, you may now cross-examine these 2 witnesses if you wish. Yes, my lord.
I'm trying to look this up and all I'm getting is the 40 elephants.
It's okay. Yes. I'm well acquainted with the case. I'm sorry you had to go through that.
Harbor's a good point.
It was awful. I still can't believe I was unconscious for so long. And I woke up to find that the case had been solved and the culprit arrested.
Yes, the incident had been resolved already. Perhaps it would help you to consider it a bad dream that ended with your awakening. and should now be forgotten.
Is that your attempt at
That's like
consoling
the nicest
victim?
thing, yeah, he's ever said in his life. Yes, I suppose so. Thank you. But before you put it completely behind you, Miss Green, I need you to remember the details one last time. You must tell the court exactly what happened that day, for us to arrive at the truth about this new case. The trouble is, there's nothing to tell, really. I was just walking along the pavement. Chris. What were you doing there that day, though? We've asked you 3 times. Please, elaborate. What do you mean? The art school you attend. What's it called? Ah, yes, it's the Thorndike Academy of Fine Arts. According to Mr. Sholmes, that's just in the vicinity of Brixton Road, which is some 10 stops away from the scene on the underground. I believe you mentioned before that you also live on Brixton Road, isn't that right? So why then would you have been walking along Briar Road in the middle of the East End? Well, it's because, oh yes, of course. I thought it might make a nice picture.
Witness is a student of art. City-dwelling artists can't all paint. City-dwelling artists can't all paint grand urban vistas.
That's right. I happen to like the crumbling look of that part of town. Perhaps quaint would have been a less grating term. The point is, she's definitely hiding something. Yes, it seems she's not going to be forthcoming with the truth. If she's trying to hide why she was there that evening, it must mean there's a reason for her not wanting us to know. That's the key to this. And you, Mr. Shamspear, on the evening of the incident 6 days ago, would you tell the court what exactly you were doing?
Would be my pleasure, sire.
A tavern, you say? Which one?
Was the slug and salad where I did tarry? 'Tis a jewel in the East End.
And a little unexpected, I feel.
What? What is this commentary? What do you mean, Lord Van Zeeks?
The Slug and Salad offers unusually fine dining, for the locality at least.
Thought you were broke, dude.
Not an establishment you'd expect to be patronized by a man with not even a crumb of bread in his room.
Ooh, shedding some distrust on this. Okay, let's go. It's true. The menu lists premium crusts of bread and glasses of water in different levels of cloudiness.
I would have expected Grub's Grubbery in the local vicinity to be more appropriate for your means. Watery soup and mushy peas, or rather, soupy water and pea-like mush.
All equally appetizing.
I just wanted to try some water in a different pub for once. What's wrong with that?
How different can water really be? Or perhaps there's a more plausible explanation. A specific reason why he had to go to that particular establishment. Agreed. The fact that on that day of all days he dined at a place he wouldn't normally, it does stand out. So Mr. Shamspear's own actions on the day of the incident 6 days ago were slightly suspicious. I wonder if we have some evidence that can explain those actions. Do we? Court record? Let's look at everything. Okay.
I cannot imagine the books to be important ever again.
This doesn't help. This doesn't tell us anything. Except the location of the bookstore and the roads that have nothing to do with it. An envelope that we have examined already. Bar of soap. Teacups. Picture. Poisoning stuff. Gas meter. Handprints. Photograph. There's no dates on this, so it can't help us.
Not looking good.
I might have to say we don't have evidence right now. We don't have anything, right?
I don't think so.
I don't think we do. I wish we did, but sadly I can't think of anything at the moment. Uh-oh, what is the game doing? Let me click, please. Oh my god, please. If we find a clue that could explain why Mr. Shamspear went there, we must present it to the court. Yes, absolutely. If that is all on this matter, counsel, I would ask Miss Green to reiterate her next statement. A little matter to attend to. Tell us what it was. Tell us what it was. What little matter, Miss Green? Please elaborate. It was nothing really. It's not worth mentioning. If you remember, you mentioned it to us yesterday at the hospital. Ah. It was related to the card you were holding. Miss Green? What was that? She clearly just hid something behind her back. From memory, I believe the card contained a note that read, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. What does that matter? Oh? This has nothing to do with Duncan. Yes, it does. Fuck you. Let's go. Hello. How are you doing? I would like to speak with you, sir.
Excuse me.
I'd like to speak with you. Slam. Mr. Shamspear, do you have something to share with the court? Do you? Share it. Share it, you coward.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Oh my god.
Ah, pray forgive me. The great bard's word springeth from within me with no thought.
Don't tell me it's because you're possessed by Shakespeare's spirit, right? Hearing Miss Green's words a moment ago seemed to make you think of something. Something of relevance, perhaps.
Well, nay, sire, 'twas nothing at all.
Presumably you know the name, though. Mr. Duncan Ross, I mean. After all, you were both lodgers in the same house.
I would it were so, but sadly nay. Lodging be a lonely occupation, sire. My lodging fellows be rarely known to me.
So you haven't heard of him, even though he passed away in the room just one floor above yours. Uh-huh. Miss Green? Me, my lord? Have I done something wrong? The card that was mentioned before, containing the note. Do you have it upon your person? Oh shit, it's in the envelope. Thank God. I do, yes, but I don't need it anymore. In fact, I should throw it away, really. Before you dispose of it, the court will take it as evidence, please. Now we have the evidence. Let's go. Of course, that's what links Mr. Shamspear and Miss Green. It's Duncan Ross. I mean, we need that part, but, like, also, we needed the evidence, my dude. Now, continue with your testimony, please, Miss Green. Nice. Yes, you didn't regain consciousness until the day after the trial, did you? In the early hours. Exactly. So how could I have had anything to do with it? And yet, you still haul me in here to court like this. Honestly.
So at the time of the poisoning, the witness was unconscious in her hospital bed.
About that.
Could there be a more airtight alibi, I ask you?
And yet, in spite of that, you claim that I was the culprit. Well, but you certainly haven't produced any evidence to support your wild claim, have you? None at all.
There you have it. The good lady has yet to see evidence, my learned Nipponese friend.
I gotta go look at it. I'm working on it. And we're going to the court record just because you said that. Screw you. Cool. Let's check this out. A note in an envelope. Okay.
Very envelope.
The envelope has been ripped open rather carelessly, hasn't it? Miss Green strikes me as the type to open correspondence more neatly than that. Ah. What is it? The way the envelope is torn. I am almost sure I've seen the exact same shape somewhere else. Oh, you don't mean... Were you thinking of this piece of evidence, Mr. Naruhodo? Exactly. That's it. Try to match them up.
Use.
Beep. They go together perfectly. This torn off end of the envelope clearly belongs with this card. Okay. Anything else to show us? We have looked. We are done. Cool.
We have
Thanks.
appeared.
Anyway, I'm working on it. Okay. Counsel, I will point out here that the jury's next decision will be final. We're really up against the wall here. Oh, Mr. Naruhodo! You pursued Mr. Shamspear wonderfully there. It's worked out well, hasn't it? We have a new clue at last. Alright, now I need to pull off a really insightful objection somewhere. Well, as you've managed to expose this promising new angle, I wonder if you should perhaps try to develop that. Ah, yes, of course. And yelling out objections isn't necessarily the best way to do that, I suppose. Alright. Where can I present it? On this one, maybe? Or do I need to go back through that line of everything where it wanted the evidence and get the evidence again? That was when I pressed Shamspear, right?
Yeah, I think.
I think that's what
Yeah.
we need to do. Let's do it again.
It's just sitting there, tantalizingly unresolved.
I hate that music. Why does he have music?
What, the harpsichord? Not the harpsichord, the
The
harp.
harp.
Harps and harpsichords start with harp, so I get them confused. But a harpsichord's like a piano.
It's like a funky little guy, yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Van Zeeks. You're not helping. We do! We do! We do, Mr. Shamspear! Sorry, I won't talk like that
Yes,
anymore.
sire.
That was kind of intimidating, wasn't it? Ha ha ha. On the day in question, is it not the case that you visited the Slug and Salad, a place you don't normally patronize, for a very particular reason?
I don't know what you're talking about. Pray, if thou hast some purpose, speaks.
Wow. Coward. Very well. I will present the court with evidence. Evidence that explains why you had to be at the Slug and Salad that day. Namely... Pew, 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 pew. Present.
Take that!
I believe this card reveals the answer. Good lord, Miss Green's card, you mean? That's right, my lord. It reads, I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on the 17th. I wish it had let us actually read the card when it was in the evidence.
Yeah, it's a little inconvenient.
It would have helped a little bit. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. Mr. Shamspear, your actions on the afternoon of Miss Green's stabbing are exactly as described in this note.
Ah,
Get over yourself. Personally, I find it hard to believe that's a coincidence. Don't you, Mr. Shamspear?
well,
He's sweating. Excuse me. Can I say something? Yes, Miss Green? That card was delivered to me. It doesn't have anything to do with this odd man, does it? Well, you'd think so, yes. But it's hard to believe it's merely... My lord, may I... May you what, Miss Green? I'd like to make something very clear about that card. Very well, then, you may amend your testimony to include details about the peculiar note. This note was delivered to me at my address. It has nothing to do with the odd man next to me here. That's it. Except that we're going to present the other part of the envelope.
hold on. Are we about to have an ad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should I press this or just present it?
I think you should just present it, but I also think we should wait until after the ad break.
That's fair. I will drink my grape water. Deliciously grape flavored hydration beverage. Full of electrolytes. Delicious.
Electrolysis.
The ad starts in 30 seconds. I'm just gonna run it. Hold on. Beep. Wait, not that one. This button. So, ad break. What about that? Anything interesting for the ad break?
I don't know specifically if this would qualify as being interesting, but for a good solid bit where I was asking about locations in London, I was scouring across a map of London, looking at different locations, trying to evaluate which ones would or would not be good for disposing a body in the Thames.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It's like going on to the Crimea River joke. I was going to extend it in some way by making some sort of London equivalent of the phrase Chicago overcoat. And I wanted to name it after a place in London, which would be appropriate. But I got stuck in the weeds too much, and I got overwhelmed by all of the options and the fact that I don't know very much about either London's layout in the 1900s or like 1899, nor do I know much about the considerations that go into where you would dispose a body in a river.
That's fair. That's fair.
I'm
You did
just
your
not
best.
cut out for this like hardened crime stuff.
Not a life for crime for exception.
I'm a computer virus. It seems like paradoxical that would be the case. I'm like built for crime, but I'm more of like a prankster than an actual like criminal mastermind.
Okay. That's fair. That's totally fair. Where would I dump a body? In the Thames. I read a book once. It was like a murder mystery where all the bodies were disposed of in like bodies of water.
Mm-hmm.
It's really interesting. It's a good book too. I like murder mysteries. Probably why I like these games. In part.
Yeah, they're neat. Stuff gets intricate and connected.
I think it's like because all of the characters have like a lot of character to them, it makes it easier to get engrossed in too.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think. All right. Let us. Oops, I'm in the wrong window. Hold on. Whoops. I think I just typed an E somewhere. E. Present. The day before the incident, exactly 1 week ago now, this note was delivered to your address. And upon carrying out the instructions in the note, you found yourself in hospital. Yes, I did. It's terrible, everything that's happened to me. Yes, it is terrible. If it's all true, that is. Excuse me? I mean, she had a knife in her back. We got that part. What do you mean? Miss Green, have a look at this, please. It's the torn off end of an envelope. Oh, is it? And it so happens that it fits together perfectly with the envelope of the note you received. Where did you find that? In Mr. Shamspeare's room.
That in my room?
Oh no. Mr. Shamspeare, do you perhaps remember this note from somewhere?
Well,
Your actions that afternoon followed the instructions in the note to the letter. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th And so that's exactly where you went. Let me ask you again, Mr. Shamspear. You already knew about this note, didn't you? Guilty. And you, Miss Green. Ah, what did I do? As this torn off end of the envelope proves, the note was originally in Mr. Shamspear's room. So how is it that it came to be in your possession? I don't have the first idea. I'm just a fledgling artist after all. With shifty eyes. There is only one explanation. You broke into Mr. Shamspear's room and stole it. I don't actually like that one. Oh, she's back to normal now.
You did what? Sorry, thou hast what? You broke, thou were in my room? What on earth do you want with me?
She's not talking. She's not talking. It would seem that both witnesses need to testify again. They're all not helping, exactly.
Miss Green.
Yes.
Whilst you have the court's sympathy, I'm sure, for the suffering you have endured in recent events, anyone found to be giving false testimony in a court of law will be duly punished. Please bear that in mind.
Yes, I know. Very well then, witnesses. You will give formal testimony again now. On the subject of this curious anomaly regarding the note Miss Green claims to have received. Here we go, here we go, here we go. The anomaly of the note.
I do remember now. 'Twas a week ago, peradventure, that note was delivered unto me.
Oh my god.
On the day writ therein, I did tarry a long hour at the slug and salad, yet nobody came. Thereafter, on the evening I shared the company of the Japanese fellow, I did see the note had vanished.
I don't know what you mean. You think I snuck into this man's room, do you? Why would I? I can point out the villain here. And as for that torn off piece of the envelope, I don't know anything about it. I think you do. You now claim to have received this letter, do you, Mr. Shamspear?
Faith, 'tis so, my lord. And I would swear to have set it upon the table in my humble lodgings. Yet, 'tis clear to me now that since I returned from the tavern that night, I have not laid eyes upon it.
Well, that being the case, young lady, it would appear that your testimony was a lie. Is that what you think? How unfair of you to think I'm the one lying. I beg your pardon. I'm just a fledgling artist, as I said, and fledgling artists don't lie. That note was delivered to me at my address. Besides, we all know who the liar around here is. If that's true, Miss Green, how do you explain the facts? This part of the envelope was, without question, found in Mr. Okay. I don't see why I should explain. Sorry? I'm a fledgling artist. My job here is just to say what happened, that's all. It's your job to give the explanations and the proofs. You, the fledgling lawyer.
Ooh.
Damn, what is wrong with you? You are lying through your teeth, girly. The fledgling will do his best.
Evidently, my learned friend's cross-examination is our only hope of learning the truth.
Van Zeek's on our side? More likely than you think. Well, counsel? I'm ready, my lord. Very well, then. The defense will now proceed with the cross-examination of the witnesses. Miss Green clearly did break into Mr. Shamspeare's room. There can be no question of that. And that's how she acquired the note. Yes, two facts that are starting to lead me to a possible explanation for all of this. And it's not a pretty one. Oh, sheet. Press. Hold it. And can you shed any light on the contents of the note at all?
Nay, sire, this is strange to me as a foreign tongue.
You're lying too.
Even with a knowledge of literature as great as mine own, verily, 'tis impenetrable.
Can't believe this guy. But Mr. Duncan Ross had lodgings in the same household as you. In effect, he was your neighbor. So surely you knew him, didn't you? Uh-huh.
Alack, if the choice be twixt I knew him and I knew him not. Then 'tis with foreboding that I be forced to declare we were by some small measure acquainted.
Okay. Despite your claims, though, you followed the note's instructions and went to the Slug and Salad. Presumably, that was nothing to do with your knowledge of literature.
Marry, naught will have the better of me, sire, save for the lure of curiosity. Though 'tis true I was compelled by mine own eager heart to betake myself to the tavern. Yet in the end, my curiosity was not satiated.
Hold it. So even after waiting for an hour, nobody appeared.
Well, yes, sire. 'Tis as thou sayst.
Really? You paused for a moment before you answered.
In truth, when thou asked whether nobody appeared, I did suddenly recall.
Okay. Really? Do you mean to tell the court that somebody did appear after all?
I was not alone that night at the Slug and Salad, my lord, no. 'Tis returning to me now. I did treat my lips to almost clear water, and mine innards to a premium crust of bread. And all around me danced a great many companions.
What do you mean?
Flies, sir, flies.
Wow. Good lord!
In the name of Beelzebub, what were they? Fairness, perchance from a midsummer's night's dream, come to taunt me?
I think they were just flies.
Shoutouts to A Midsummer's Night Dream, by the way.
It's pretty good.
Yeah, one of the few Shakespearean comedies that I actually know anything about. Also, big shoutouts to like the prototype Romeo and Juliet in the Shakespeare play.
Mm.
This little meta narrative commentary about his next Romeo and Juliet in Midsummer's.
I love
That
it.
was always funny.
In the name of Beelzebub. Okay, Pianui. Okay.
Also known as the bubble.
Full of flies. The bubble full of flies.
Yep.
I can't help thinking that the flies ought to choose something more wholesome to buzz around. Is that wrong of me? Maybe a little.
Hold it!
When exactly did you notice it had gone missing?
Such idle thoughts ne'er occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas.
And that's why you don't have a job. You are so busy with your greater ideas. And Shakespeare. Like, I think what kills me is that he's obviously trying to be an actor, but he's like an out-of-work actor.
I mean, they're all calling him a dead loss.
Yeah.
At least 2 people.
Shame that.
In other words, you didn't notice.
You didn't notice. It's a piece of paper, dude. Several days passed between your outing to the tavern and Mr. Natsume's visit to your room. Yes, it would appear that the note disappeared sometime in that interval.
Such idle thoughts ne'er occupy my mind. I am busied with greater ideas.
Again, he says. And yet, during that time, Miss Green was comatose in the hospital, was she not? I'm thinking now. But anyway, I'm thinking though. I'm thinking. Clearly then, she could not have been stealing things from Mr. Shamspeare's room. Yes. Yes, of course. It's all some sort of misunderstanding. Isn't it, Mr. Prosecutor, sir? He's not on your side.
You have so far failed to give a satisfactory explanation as to how you came by the note.
I will give Van Zeeks this. I will give him one single solitary thing. Sometimes, and I do mean occasionally, he actually cares about the truth. Good for him. Occasionally. Sometimes. Maybe. A little bit. Thumbs up.
I think he's like racist towards criminals.
Yeah, I can see that.
I am not here to advocate for your defense, madam. I won't tolerate inconsistencies in your story. You would do well to remember that.
Oh, dearie me. What's Lord Van Zeeks getting at? I don't know, press. Let's find out. It seems that this note was actually delivered to Mr. Shamspeare about 1 week ago. Oh, does it? But for some reason, it ended up in your possession. Possession. I can't talk. I can't think of any way that could have happened except for you breaking into Mr. Shamspeare's lodgings.
Objection!
Oh, now you're not on my side anymore, thanks.
But for what reason would the witness have done that?
I
won't deny that Miss Green's possession of the note would appear to defy logic. However, until and unless her involvement in this case can be proven in some other way, any further pursuit of this note is meaningless.
Quit trying to cut us off at the knees. Miss Green could only have come to be in possession of that note by stealing it from Mr. Shamspeare's room. And yet, there's no obvious reason why she would have done such a thing. What if there was some other reason she broke into his lodgings, though? Yes! We should pursue that idea, Mr. Naruhodo. We're close now. I can feel it. We're so close to a breakthrough. So you don't want to tell the court the truth about the letter, is that it? I'm a fledgling artist, remember? Artists are nearly always introverted characters.
Introverted? I, this fledgling, doth readily cast aspersions about my nature. Yet I am an angel, a seraph. Birds do harmonize with my song. The wind doth frolic on my wing. Oh pity, wherefore dost thou accuse one so pure of heart, ample woman?
Why are you dancing in the docket? Like, why are you dancing in the dock? Please stop. Pure of heart? I don't think so. Even a fledgling like me can see you're just a failure.
Tragedy, thou shalt not know the true heart of an artist until thine instruction hereafter by death. Oh, the days, oh, the years, alas, to enlighten thee, thou must wait so long and in vain.
Man, that is definitely like... Go die in a fire. Mr. Naruhodo, interject with some clever remark.
Why?
This is your chance to shine.
Or what?
I'm no Shakespearean actor, Miss Susato. No, as far as I can tell, the only thing that's going to resolve this argument is evidence. Yes. God, we gotta start over. It's clear that Miss Green did in fact break into Mr. Shamspeare's room, isn't it? And that's where she found this letter. Yes, two more or less foregone conclusions that lead me to one terrifying conclusion. Terrifying? Yes, I'm afraid to say that the outcome of this cross-examination may well change how we look at this case completely.
Spooky stuff.
Beep, 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 beep. Alright.
Alright.
What can we present? Not necessarily here, but what can we present? So... Not these. Not this. It's gotta be either this or this, I feel. Because this proves that he knew him.
I don't think
Or
that proves he knew him.
It proves that she left it there. Because she'd probably have it sooner than he would. Alright. Okay. Next statement.
Why would she?
I feel like it's got to be the photo or the poison that has something to do with it. Like, did she sneak in to poison him because she suspected that he killed the guy? Which is possibly true?
Well, in that case, it would probably be the poison bottle, yeah.
Yeah.
The ties are there. It's a
Yeah.
bottle of strychnine. Shamspeare got strychnine.
Yeah. I want to know what
If
I
we-
want to know what the photo has to do with everything though. Like, is it just telling us that he lived there? Like, what is this useless piece of paper right now?
I think it led us to his identity,
Yeah, that's true.
at the very least.
All right, let's present the poison bottle and see what happens. Are we agreeing?
I think we have a consensus vote now on your vote, chat.
On my boat.
On your vote.
On my vote boat.
Thames
Oh,
River boat.
shit. Here it goes.
Uh-oh.
Yesterday at the hospital, we saw you with this bottle. And though the contents spilt during the course of our meeting, a small quantity remained. Uh-oh. According to the defense's independent analysis, Mr. Sholmes' chemistry shop, the liquid that was still in the bottle was identified as strychnine.
What? Strychnine?
Yeah?
The very same poison that afflicted Mr. Shamspear.
Huh?
Why is he surprised? That's the funniest part. Miss
You think
Green.
he knows who tried to kill him?
I don't know why he would cover it up if he did, so probably not. He may legitimately think he was poisoned by the tea. Or he's just trying to cover up the fact that he was blowing on the pipes. Miss Green, you broke into this man's lodgings for one reason, and one reason alone. To cover the end of the pipe that feeds the gas lamp in Mr. Shamspear's room with poison. His reaction on the side. Can this be?
You broke into my room to...
It may seem incredible to the court, but from the remaining clues, there is only one logical conclusion that we can reach. The person who attempted to take Mr. Shamspear's life with poison was you, Miss Olive Green. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh dearie me. Order! Order! Counsel, are you seriously suggesting this woman put poison on the end of the gas pipe with intent to kill? Yes, my lord. There's no other way to explain the facts. But if Miss Green did indeed set this odious trap 6 days ago, and the victim had put his mouth to the pipe that very evening as expected, the attempted murder would have happened 6 days ago, surely. Well, that's a very good point.
Perhaps not, my lord.
Oh? I beg your pardon? Yeah!
There was a significant police presence in the area that evening on account of the incident on Briar Road. Local residents were being interviewed throughout the night as part of the ongoing inquiry. A circumspect criminal would likely have chosen not to carry out any wrongdoing at that time.
Lord Van Zeeks. And of course, the following morning, there was more activity at Mr. Shamspear's address. More activity? Ah, yes. You mean his fellow lodger, Mr. Natsume, being arrested on suspicion of murder. That's right. And as the defense has already proposed, Mr. Shamspear was meddling with the gas in the pipe for a very sinister reason himself. To cause the gas stove in Mr. Natsume's room to go out, thereby asphyxiating the occupant. But once Mr. Natsume had been arrested, his room was under constant surveillance by the police. In the circumstances, Mr. Shamspear had no reason to blow air into the gas pipe.
His intended victim being in a prison cell. With the need to tamper with the gas removed, the poison on the pipe lay dormant.
And then, 3 days ago now, the situation changed again. Right, Mr. Natsume's trial, which took place here at the Old Bailey, came to an end. The trial in which the man stood accused of stabbing Miss Green in the back, but was duly acquitted. That resulted in Mr. Natsume returning to his lodgings for the first time in 2 days. And that very night, his gas stove mysteriously went out, and Mr. Shamspear was mysteriously poisoned. Everybody here is a murderer! Something in the water.
Even Van Zeeks.
It's something in the water. Even Van Zeeks, you're so right. And just not us. We haven't murdered anybody. We are the odd man out here.
Like, are you including Susato in that? Because I feel like Susato could have definitely murdered someone.
She probably has killed and will kill again. Yes.
Just like one Susato toss gone wrong, the person falls into the Japanese Sea and just drowns.
She just knocks them on their head when she does the takedown, and there they go. In conclusion, the poison that was present on the mouth of the gas pipe had been put there in the victim's room some 4 days earlier. It's London, Pianui. It's the danger zone.
Mary!
With that new understanding, it becomes clear that this letter was all part of the plan. What plan? The court will recall that the note gave instructions to visit the Slug and Salad at 5 o'clock. And that the recipient should tell nobody else. The reason for those instructions are now clear.
To ensure that the lodger would not be at home at the stated time.
To make sure I wasn't home?
Exactly. While you were out, Miss Green could safely slip into your room, knowing that she wouldn't be disturbed.
You mean to say that letter
Was written by Miss Green, yes. And in order to cover her tracks, she took it away with her when she left. Just after she smeared poison over the mouth of the gas pipe in your room. There is nothing on that canvas. She has painted nothing.
I think the paint on her thing that she holds when you paint is dry.
It's gotta be. Paintbrushes aren't putting any paint on her face either, so no wonder she's a
She
bad
was poking
painter.
her face with it.
No wonder she's a bad painter. She didn't have any paint.
All the water pipes were frozen, so I guess she couldn't get some water for the paint.
Watercolors? Yeah.
It's just like the charcoaly, not charcoaly, but like crumbly, almost chalk-like.
Ugh. I'm imagining the sound of that touching the paper, and it's grossing me out. It is very unpleasant. Yeah, felt that in my soul is correct. Yeah, Ordar. What do you have to say for yourself, witness? Is she gonna break down? I love the breakdowns. Have a breakdown.
Just who are you? Why did you try to kill me?
Miss Green's motive should be obvious. It's all tied up with someone whose name we've heard several times already during the course of this trial.
So, that's what's behind all this.
You will share your apparent understanding with the court, please, counsel. Which person is behind this woman's motive for the attack on the victim's life? Beep. Right? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is an open and shut case of revenge.
Take that. Duncan Ross. That's right. Before the defendant, Mr. Natsume, took up residence in the lodgings at Mr. Garadeb's, somebody else was renting the room. Mr. Duncan Ross.
I knew I'd heard the name somewhere else. It was all over the papers a month ago, where the man died in strange circumstances at the haunted lodgings.
Wow, you read the paper? Good for you. That does ring a vague. Ah, of course, yes. I remember now. The young man they claimed was strangled by the convict's curse or some such. Sadly, my lord, it wasn't a curse of any kind, nor was it an accident. The man died as a result of Mr. Shamspear blowing into the gas pipe and causing gas to leak into the room. Are you a serial killer? What the f- It was murder, plain and simple. Fess up, fess up, fess up. Well, what do you know? The world is so unfair. Curses, curious deaths, that's all people care about. If it's an interesting story, they want to know. It doesn't cross their minds that real people are involved. And once they're bored, just 1 month later, once the story lost its appeal, everyone's forgotten him.
You mean you? Duncan was...
Mr. Ross was Miss Green's fiancé.
fiancé?
You may not have known until now who Miss Green really is, Mr. Shamspear. But she's known exactly who you are all along. Because you are her sworn enemy. The murderer who took the life of the man she was to marry.
Mary!
Wow, you serial killed the wrong guy. Miss Green, is it not the case that in order to exact revenge on Mr. Shamspear, you smeared poison over the end of the gas pipe? This is all quite extraordinary. Am I correct in my understanding that you now accuse both parties, counsel? Yeah, we're just accusing everybody up in here. Each on different counts of murder?
Well, attempted murder in Miss Green's case.
Yeah, everybody's attempting murder around here. It's a new hobby. Yes, my lord, that's correct.
Objection!
You were with us till just now.
Inhaling so deeply, it appears that my fledgling learned friend has taken in a lungful of dubious gas that's causing his judgment to be clouded.
You were with us until like 2 seconds ago. What happened? What?
Why would Mr. Shamspear have wanted to kill these lodgers, as you say?
Because he's a serial killer. They don't need a reason.
You have completely failed to provide a motive to substantiate your accusation against the man.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's right, Mr. Reva, my liege. I have been slighted. It's lies, all lies. I deny every utterance.
He's doing the dance while he's sweating. Amazing. And you'll have to forgive me, Mr. Naruhodo, sir. But I don't intend to admit to anything either. Miss Green. I'm sure you'll think I'm being very rude, but I'm not going to be sent to the gallows for the likes of this scoundrel.
Objection!
Yeah, I object, for real. But you broke into the man's room. If you didn't do it to smear poison on the pipe, what was your reason? I thought I'd have a look around, that's all. Sorry? You're right, I suspected him. So I thought perhaps I might find some evidence or something in his room. Evidence that it was him who took Duncan's life.
Oh, vileness, oh, villainy, oh, tyranny, oh, rotundity of woman.
Damn, none of that necessary.
But in any case, where I leave my room, I do turn the key in the lock.
That whole place is falling apart. The locks on the doors are no different. Duncan showed me once how to unlock the door with some terps and a piece of wire.
Oh, awfulness, oh, artfulness, oh, tyranny, oh, profanity of woman.
We will consider your trespassing on some future occasion, but for now, tell the court what you found, what evidence your search revealed.
Well, I spotted the note that I'd sent him lying on the floor. When I went to pick it up, I noticed something. One of the floorboards was loose, and underneath it, I discovered a secret hiding place.
Eh?
Yes, we also discovered that hiding place. Inside, we found a newspaper cutting, a photograph, and an empty tin box. Ah, yes. Well, the thing is, when I found it, the box wasn't empty. Oh, well, what did you do? What? There was something in it? Yes. This rather nice key.
Pretend I yelled it for longer.
It's fine.
What are you doing with that?
I see! What the? Every ounce of color has drained from his face.
Give it here. Give it to me now. It's mine. I inherited it.
What was that, witness? What did you say? You inherited it.
No,
What's all this about? He inherited that key? It was obviously important to you, since you'd gone to such lengths to hide it. So I took it. I don't know what it's for, but you took something precious from me, so I took something precious from you. So what if it means you can't open something now? I don't care.
it's minutes. Give it to me.
Calm yourself, witness. So Mr. Shamspeare has tried, and in one case succeeded, to take the life of 2 lodgers now. Yes, his motive for doing so is the key to everything that's happened. It's true that there appears to be no motive to support the accusation against Mr. Shamspeare, at first. But considering everything we now know, I think there is actually something that could explain it.
What?
I need to recall every piece of evidence at our disposal, everything we've seen and heard. Because I'm sure that I just caught a glimpse of the link that runs through all of these events. In that case, counsel, I must demand that you present evidence to the court to support your claim. What is it that you say can explain the motivation for Mr. Shamspeare's alleged crimes? I think it's this.
You want to read it first to find out?
I read it earlier. The estimated 1,000 pounds worth of loot he stole remains unrecovered. Unrecovered. It's the key.
The key is
my
the key.
opinion. The key. It's the key to some treasure.
He is a pirate.
He is a pirate. Anyway, what do you think? Am I onto something
He's
here?
a pirate.
He is a pirate. That's what we all think. Okay. I'm gonna present it and go for it and hope for the best.
Heckin' buccaneering.
'Cause there's nothing else it could possibly be. This is the only piece of evidence we haven't used that could possibly mean anything.
The only motive we got.
Take that!
Take that. That's an official police report, is it not?
The Selden file. How did you get hold of that?
Oh, did you try him, Van Zeeks?
He probably did.
Probably.
Selden,
I've seen Stranger Pirates, I can believe it. Yeah, Pianui, you played as one. The now sadly deceased Mr. Ross and the defendant Mr. Natsume have only one thing linking them. The fact that they had lodgings in the same room. Well, yes, we know this, certainly.
a room that was formerly occupied by Selden. Until, that is, he was arrested by Scotland Yard for his involvement in multiple burglaries.
I see. And it so happens that the convict Selden left behind one very substantial mystery when he died.
The some 1,000 pounds worth of loot that he stole, which as yet remains to be found.
Ah, yes, of course, it's coming back to me now. It's written in this file here. Weren't you
The file's
probably the
coming
judge?
back to my desk so that I can read it.
Yeah.
1,000 pounds lost en route to hell. That was how the papers summed it up.
And it seems that one particular fellow inmate was with the convict in his final moments. It's not hard to imagine Selden entrusting that inmate with his most closely guarded secret. The location of the stolen loot, and perhaps a key to unlock whatever container the valuables were in. Oh, you're a criminal, are ya? We knew that.
We do this.
Ah, you mean this key is... Mr. Shamspear, it was you, wasn't it? You were at the capital offender's side when he died, were you not?
What are you talking about?
It's a false charge, I tell you. A false charge.
The name of the inmate who was with Selden at his death isn't noted in this file. But the simple telegram to the prison where he died would quickly tell us how false the charge really is. Ugh.
But even if it's true, why would the man be so intent on killing every subsequent occupant of the convict's lodgings? Because the stuff is in there. There's only one explanation for that, my lord. It was in that very room that Selden hid his loot. I see.
So, it all comes.
Oh, he's mad. Anger kitty. Yes, and having established that, all of Mr. Shamspear's subsequent actions start to make perfect sense.
When he was let out of prison following Selden's death, he made immediately for Mr. Garredeb's lodgings in the hope of renting Selden's old room. However, the retired army man was unable to offer him the accommodation of his choice.
We already knew about this from Mr. Garredeb. Because Selden's old room had already been let to somebody else, Mr. Duncan Ross.
Which is why Mr. Shamspear subsequently devised his gas-based plot to kill the occupant of the room. And when he was successful, he presumably intended to inquire about switching into the newly vacant room.
However, a certain jittery someone had beaten him to it. Mr. Soseki Natsume, the defendant of this case, no less. So you decided to use the ploy with the gas again, didn't you, Mr. Shamspear? This time to oust Mr. Natsume. All for one simple and avaricious reason. To get your hands on the 1,000 pounds of loot left behind by the dead convict.
You...
Maybe? Maybe?
Looks like I'm gonna snuff it before they get to stretch me neck. Listen, I want you to have me loot. Anything. Stop the coppers getting their mitts on it. It's hidden in the room where I was lodging with the cop. Yeah. The key to it. Take it. Always stay one step ahead, mate. See you in hell, I guess. Shakespeare.
Can't believe that's his real name. What did he just say?
It's mine. It's mine.
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. Mr. Shakespeare?
All lies. I don't accept any of it. Why should I? After all, you don't have a shred of evidence. You can't prove I killed that fellow. Forsooth, I'm the victim here, remember? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? If I don't admit to it, there's nothing you can do. You can't arrest me. For the time being, anyway. Verily, you can't arrest the victim, can you? Isn't that right, ladies and gentlemen? And so close. I just need a few more hours. I swore to myself that I'd get my hands on it, and I can almost taste it now.
Wow.
Do you really think I just give up?
There's no question in my mind now. This man is guilty through and through.
Oh, I've been bracing for that.
You're like gonna fall over now. It's fine. Tiny exception has
I was
acted
like,
his
I'm gonna
last
do that
act.
scene good. I am going to get that
Yay!
Oscar. I'm gonna perform. Oh.
But he seems so utterly intoxicated by the idea of that loot. I'm afraid that however hard you press him, he'll never admit to what he's done, Mr. Naruhodo. There is a way. Pardon? There's one way I can finish him. Oh dear. No! He's already committed the most heinous crimes to get his hands on that loot. Which means all we need to do is find it first. Send Sholmes to get it.
A fine plan. Were it not for the fact that the police thoroughly searched the room following the death of Mr. Roth. If it's there at all, it must be very well hidden indeed.
Without conclusive evidence, I certainly cannot rule. If only there was some way we could find the convict's loot quickly. This is the final piece in this complex puzzle. But I think we might have it in our possession already. Or rather, I think we may well have something that can help us find where the loot is hidden. My lord? Yes, counsel? The defense would like to make a proposal. How about to find the late convict's hidden loot? I believe we are already in possession of something that could give us a clue as to its whereabouts. Van Zeeks is all ears. Shakespeare is losing his mind. He's fine. He's just sweating a little bit. It's our last chance, so it has to be worth a gamble. Besides, we've used the same technique once already, and it definitely paid off then. Very well then, counsel, let the court hear your idea. What do you propose we can use in order to locate the hiding place of the deceased convict's haul? That's an excellent question. Okay. We may have to process of elimination this because I'm not sure what he's getting at.
So be it then.
Okay, so can't be the envelope. The article doesn't tell us anything.
Nothing useful.
Nothing useful. Poison bottle doesn't tell us anything. Photograph doesn't really tell us anything. We can't use the gun.
Gun?
The print seeker, the skin print seeker. Figure out where people been touching. Not the gas meter. I am thinking, but I am not thinking very well. All right, help me out. I need a vector. Where am I?
I mean, I thought we were process of eliminating pretty good.
Okay, so it can't be the poison bottle. Poison bottle doesn't tell us anything. Ooh. The photo doesn't tell us anything. I'm thinking it might be a picture, yeah. But I'm not sure which one.
I mean, that's not even the right room.
It's not even the right room. Ugh. Okay. So the pictures, this, what, Do you think it could be this one? And they're talking about the skin print seeker?
Well, how would we use the gun to find Seldenstein? Because, like, the way it works is we need, like, you get a sample from a thing, and then you spray it. So we would need a thing that was Selden's at some point.
The key. But the key isn't in evidence. That's the thing. It's like getting me.
I think step one is the method, and step two would be the method of the method.
So maybe it is the print. This print. So it's not the teacups.
They're just teacups.
They're just teacups.
That's just soap.
That's just soap at this point. This is useless. We don't know what these have to do with anything and why they're still in the court record, but okay. This isn't right. It can't be the poisoning. Nothing of value. Nothing of value. I can't think of it being anything but the handprints. Am I totally off base?
I don't think you're insane.
Okay, I'm gonna try it.
Like, I know we have a pool of no confidence around us, and this is the only thing that has any amount of confidence at all. It's extremely low confidence, but it's not zero.
Yeah.
It's the best we've got.
Yeah.
And I think it would work in like a real world scenario where we have skin print gun and we wanted to find a treasure.
Okay, it's
Some
ad
classic
time
piracy stuff.
It's ad time though, so we gotta wait it out.
Oh,
for
we
a
can mull
second.
over it for another
Yeah.
3-ish minutes.
Yeah. But I still can't think of it being anything else. That was my first instinct. I was like, why don't we use the gun? But that was clearly thinking too simply. And the key is not in evidence, so in the court record.
Shoutouts to the name Selden being a reference to Sherlock Holmes story.
Which one?
Hound of the Baskervilles.
I haven't read The Hound of the Baskervilles.
Selden's a name from it.
I see. That explains some things.
I think Duncan Ross is also a name from a different story.
I need to read The Hound of the Baskervilles. Maybe I'll do that later. Maybe I'll do that later. I think
Oh
I've
yeah,
earned the right.
Red-Headed League. Duncan Ross being named from Red-Headed League.
I have read that one.
Duncan's in it.
I see. Yay! Now we got 2 minutes and a half, 2.5 minutes, 2 and a bit.
While the ads play.
While the ad is playing. The ad is going right now.
So may I just point out that I'm looking at an ad right now, and I'm scrolling down from the ad, and I'm looking at the About section, and you've gotten more followers than I remember you having before.
I got a new follower the other day. I hit 475.
Neat.
I did. It was very nice of this person to follow me. I didn't expect it at all. I rated them, and then they followed me, and I thought that was very nice of them.
It's always nice when that happens.
Yeah. I am close to 500. If I get 25 more in the next 2 weeks, wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be swell if I got 500 for my debut? That would be really cool, right?
Would be nice.
That would be cool.
Follower number aggregation is a weird thing for me to think about in a sort of goal sense, because you don't control other people. You can't just walk into a room and be like, all right, here's the plan for getting more followers, because like you can't. Other people are other people. You don't influence them.
Yeah.
I know they're called influencers, but like that's not really how that works.
Yeah, but you can like tell your friends about people that you like to watch stream.
That's
So
true,
that's,
but
like,
you can't
organic
really
growth.
rely on it as like a goal to reach. You can't set a deadline to that.
No,
stuff.
I
It
just
sorta
want a
happens.
nice number with some zeros on the end. I'm not gonna lie, that's all I care about.
That's fair. That's fair.
I just want a nice round number, which the 475 is pretty good. I'll take it.
I've been in the 160 range for a bit.
Just gotta get yourself out there. That's how it works.
It's the scary part, though.
No, do it.
You realize how much
No.
like emotional anguish I had making the 4-year anniversary teaser image?
No.
I was like,
no.
selling out to nothing.
Selling out to nothing. You're alerting people to doing a thing that you enjoy. Oh no. What's wrong with that? There's nothing wrong
I
with
worry
that.
that's obnoxious to people.
It's not obnoxious. Because the people that want to be there will be there, and the people that don't want to be there will move on. That's it. That's the long and short of it. And if they're annoyed, they're thinking too hard. Right? Exactly, Pianui. I want to know what you are doing. It's very important. Let's present this evidence.
Okay.
Oh, I'm in the wrong screen again. Damn. About that. There we go.
Take that!
Take freaking that. Let's go. If I'm not mistaken, am I wrong? Those are Mr. Shakespeare's handprints on the wall of his lodgings. That's right, my lord. Exposed as a result of the defense's independent investigation of the scene. Based on a wonderful new discovery in the field of forensic science by the great detective, Mr. Sholmes.
Great detective? Is that some kind of joke? Do you really think I'm going to be daunted by a man with such a ridiculous title? I should think the great bard ought to recognize such a title when he hears one, Mr. Shakespeare.
Damn, told. Oh, why are you here?
Perhaps we should compete for the honor of most ridiculous title. Ah! This is Sherlock Holmes himself.
What are you doing here, great detective?
I don't think you mean that.
Your usual haunts are the filthy back streets of the capital, are they not?
Yeah, places you wouldn't go because they get your gloves dirty. Calm down.
Yeah, Van Zieks goes after a higher profile of criminal.
Ah, Mr. Reaper, it's been too long.
Did they go way back? Oh my.
And I see your complexion has worsened since last we met.
Ooh. Mr. Sholmes! He does know Lord Van Zieks then. Well enough to say something like that in any case. Mr. Sholmes, though you may be heralded as a great detective by the population at large, that does not give you the right to come and go in my courtroom as you see fit. If I may, my lord, Mr. Sholmes' newly developed scientific method has helped us to uncover vital clues in this case already. Clues, you say?
Call them skin prints, my lord.
He call him whatever he want. He can make it up. Because he invented it.
That's sort of the power you get when you invent a thing.
Exactly. You get to call it whatever weird-ass name you want to.
Yeah.
My method identifies every location touched by an individual under scrutiny.
It's the method by which we were able to ascertain this gentleman's gas pipe activities. Ah! That's a really funny way of saying activities.
I know, right?
You need only a small sample of something the individual has previously touched to make an indicator solution. In your case, sir, I used the teacup you had been holding. Elementary. So now, Mr. Naruhodo.
Ah, yes.
What am I to use as a sample to make the indicator solution this time?
Thank you for offering to help, Mr. Sholmes. When the convict was arrested, he was living in what is now Soseki-san's room. We need a sample to help locate Selden's loot that's hidden in his old room. What form will the sample take? Well, I still think it's the key.
All right. The key's not in evidence.
Key's not in evidence,
Where's the key?
so he can present a person
Where'd the key, though?
on olive green.
That's a person.
That's a person, like I
A
said.
person! We've correctly categorized an individual.
Yay! We will need something of Selden's in order to create the indicator solution to find his loot. And something the convict owned happens to be in the possession of somebody listed in the court record. Hi, Alice! Hello!
Hello!
Welcome!
Hi.
Many spoilers. We're at the end of a case.
This is true.
We're at the end of case
my-
2.
Yeah. Be warned, I'm spoiling things.
We're spoiling things.
Upon my word, Miss Naruhodo, your powers of reasoning appear to be on the up.
On the up.
Get spoiled.
Oh, which particular person do you have in mind? From whom can we obtain a possession of the late convict Selden to create the indicator solution?
Pachoo! Wait. Wrong button. Right button. I'd love to be spoiled, but I have expensive tastes. Yeah. Miss Green. Ah, me? What do you want with me? The key around your neck, if you please. Sorry. Uh-oh. That key belonged to Selden. There will be remnants of secretions from the man's skin on its surface that we can use. Thunk. That is the sample we need. Using it, we can create the indicator solution required for Mr. Sholmes' skin print seeker. And find out exactly what Selden touched in the room that he used to rent.
Ah! Mr. Shamspeare, as one great to another, I assure you. If the late convict's hall is hidden somewhere in his former lodging, I shall uncover it in no more than 30 minutes.
Okay, here we go.
Ugh.
So, Mr. Shamspeare. The truth is well within our grasp now, and as such, you will never get your hands on Selden's stolen wealth. In that case, I'll gladly let Mr. Sholmes have this key.
No! Give the key to me! The detective shan't have it!
It's over, Mr. Shamspeare.
No, no!
You're out of options now. There's only one thing left for you to do. Admit your guilt.
Whoa. Oh, Shamspeare! The fab! Be thy name!
I'm sorry?
And exploded.
He exploded in confetti. Cool. Love that.
Act 5. This always happens in Act 5 of freaking Shakespeare, not Shakespeare.
People exploding into confetti.
Yeah.
That's my favorite part of Shakespeare.
Yeah, it was like a big hit when Macbeth first aired.
Yeah, he just exploded into confetti out of nowhere.
I never intended to kill the man. I just wanted to drive him out of the room. That's all.
So you'd have time to find the convict's haul of stolen goods.
Yet after you killed the young man, you still didn't move into the room. Yes, the landlord, of course. I pleaded with him, but he refused.
Why?
3 months behind with the rent, for one thing.
Mr. Garadeb really has had a lot to put up with.
He had the gas repair work done immediately afterwards, putting the room out of action for a while. And then, this Japanese man swooped in at just the right moment to sign the new lease.
Poor Mr. Natsume. What unfortunate timing.
Then, 5 days ago, after the incident on Briar Road when the Japanese fellow got himself arrested, I'd finally have my chance, but it wasn't to be. No. Scene was sealed off and guarded by the police night and day.
And if I remember rightly, Mr. Sholmes spent the whole day in there reading books.
Even into the room, let alone search for the loot.
Which is why, on the day Mr. Natsume was acquitted and returned to his room, You once again tried your trick of blowing air into the gas pipe that feeds the stove in his room.
Unbeknownst to you, however, that action would lead you into a deadly trap.
William Shakespeare. How does it go? To be or not to be? That is the question.
From Shakespeare's Hamlet, Act 3, Scene 1.
Okay, he's well read. That's fine. Well, let me tell you, in your case, it's not to be. That is the answer. You deserve to die for what you've done.
Slinging arrows for you, good sir.
Right? He's fine. At first, I really did think it was just a terrible accident. I'll never forget our conversation the night before Duncan died.
The gas supply in my lodgings are a complete disaster, you know, Olive.
The gas supply?
Yes, the stove always seems to go out in the middle of the night for some reason.
That's no joke.
They say it's the convict's curse.
Oh, Duncan, please. Don't stay there. I don't care how cheap it is.
All right then, if it's that important to you, I'll start looking for a new place.
There are spare rooms at my house. Why don't you leave that horrible room tonight?
No, I'd better not. We said we'd wait until we'd graduated before we told our parents, remember?
But that was the last time we ever spoke. That very night, he fell victim to the gas. If only I'd known it was going to happen, I'd have insisted he left that horrible room that instant. But instead, all I've been left with is bitter regret. I stopped going to school, but something kept drawing me back to the house on Briar Road. I saw a stooped, Eastern-looking man with a mustache coming out of the house one day when I was there. He walked up the road to Grubb's Grubbery for some food, so I followed him and sat myself down next to him. He had some watery-looking soup and started to pick a quarrel with the publican.
I tell you, God! The ghost of that convict used to live there and tried to suffocate me!
I wake up in the middle of the night, breathing to death because the stove has gone out. The room is full of gas and I can hardly breathe. But the pipes have been checked, no problem there.
It's like that's the problem! That's what they're thinking!
But how could that be? Duncan was gone, and now this man had almost suffered the same fate. Could it really be a curse? Then I remembered. A rumor I'd heard about how the gas companies go around investigating the gas installations. A rumor? Ah, you mean... Yes, everybody's heard the stories, it seems, about how they go around checking the pipes.
Anything connected to the gas can be extinguished by blowing air into the pipework.
That's when it started. A little flicker of doubt in the back of my mind that just wouldn't go away. Was it really an accident, though? Once I'd had the idea, it wouldn't leave me alone. It plagued me day and night. So I bought this. at one of the black markets in the East End. A black market? I'd never been. I just heard people talk about them. And you really can't buy anything you can think of there. Buy you some arsenic instead, girl. In some ways, being able to get my hands on this so easily made me even more determined. I had to find out one way or another. Was Duncan's death an accident, or was it murder?
Pushing the truth was simple, but highly effective. Via poison on the gas pipe, he suspected the man of tampering with fate.
If Mr. Shamspear was innocent, nothing would come of what you'd done. But if he was guilty, he would pay for his crimes dearly. I found out the name of the man I suspected, William Shamspear. And then I wrote him this little note. I have information regarding the death of Duncan Ross. Come to the Slug and Salad on Briar Road at 5 p.m. on 17th. Don't tell anybody else about this letter or the meeting. It is a matter of utmost importance. If he'd done it, I knew that would worry him enough so he'd be sure to go. So I waited to see if it worked.
Of course, Mr. Shamspear followed the instructions to the letter.
I worked out where the gas pipe was straight away. So I smeared a good amount of the poison I'd bought all around the mouth of the pipe. All the time praying that the devil's work wouldn't be done, and that it was all just some wild fantasy. Actually, no. All the time praying that the devil's work would be done, and that the culprit would get his just desserts. Damn. "3 days ago, when you were first stood in the dock before me, this whole affair seemed relatively straightforward.
Yes, my lord.
I certainly never imagined the depths of depravity that we should subsequently find lurking behind the scenes.
It has been a long road, my Nipponese friend.
Oh, yes.
One I certainly didn't envisage walking with you.
Okay, calm down. Nevertheless, together we have reached the light at the end of the tunnel, as it were. Miss Green." "Yes, my lord." "You will henceforth be stripped of your freedom as punishment for the attempted murder of Mr. William Shamspear." "Yes, I know." "And you, Mr. Shamspear, you will be tried for the murder of Duncan Ross in cold blood, and the subsequent attempted murder of Mr. Soseki Natsume here present." He's fine. Mr. Naruhodo? "Ah, yes? Yesterday, at the hospital, when you and your friend stopped me from ending your life by drinking what was left in the poison bottle, I wasn't myself. I can't even really remember what was going through my mind. To be or not to be, I suppose. That's a question that's so hard to answer, it seems. Well, personally, I'm glad of your being here, Miss Green. Oh, and I'd like to believe that it's a blessing Mr. Shamspear didn't die when he ingested the poison. For your sake, at the very least. Because of you, I chose life, not death. And now you've made the truth come out at last. Really, I can't thank you enough. Oh, Miss Green. Mr. Soseki Natsume.
Yes, my lord.
The court declares that you were exonerated from all blame in this matter. Accordingly, I would call upon the ladies and gentlemen of the jury to present a verdict of not guilty.
We are in full agreement, my lord.
In that case, I hereby declare the defendant not guilty. Yay!
Woo, we win.
Confetti. Woo. Court is adjourned. Yay! We did it!
We won. Oh, yes, yes, at last. Divine justice duly done.
Divine justice.
My dear fellow, if there were any divine justice in this world, you would shave that mustache.
Damn.
No! This has nothing to do with my mustache!
Some say that a luxuriant mustache is a sign of physical prowess, Mr. Sholmes.
Look up, student Mr. Naruto Esquire! Once again! Once again! You've saved me from doom!
I'm very happy to have been able to help, Mr. Natsume. Congratulations on your acquittal. Your second in almost as many days. Don't remind him.
I was first acquainted with and gained affection for English literature whilst in our great homeland empire. And then, by a twist of fate, I was brought to the land that bore the fruit of that literature. Only, the city of bricks and mortar became my prison. Price I might, I never found my feet here. In the end, I confined myself to my room and lived life through friendly old books.
You've had such a difficult time, haven't you?
But a week ago now.
I dragged you out of that dark and dingy room of yours, did I not? You did, and I've seen more of life in this week than in all my years to date. And for the first time, I feel I've begun to see the true face of the English that's so far been hiding from me behind this wall of fog.
My dear fellow, there is nothing special about the true face of the English, as you put it. Wheresoever one goes in the world, humans are human. Few genuine differences.
Yes, I think you're right. I finally started to see that, and I've come to understand something. I've worked out why I was attracted to English literature in the first place. It made me see that whatever our nationality,
we humans all have the same hopes and fears. We're all just doing our best to live.
Well said. I've come to feel the same way.
I've made a decision too. I'm going to cut short my study tour here and return to Japan.
What? Just when we become friends here in England. What a terrible shame.
Oh, I know. That does tug at my heartstrings. It really does. But I've decided I'd like to take everything I've learned here in Britain and write something of my own. Novel of sorts, I suppose.
Oh my. So you'll be created your own literature, Mr. Natsume. How wonderful.
Oh, well, no, I mean, I want to be called literature. Why not? When that is precisely the definition, Mr. Mustache.
That's not his name.
I suppose you're right, yes. It will, in a way, be literature. But as of now, all I know is that I'd like to try my hand at writing. I have no delusions of grandeur.
I, for one, would love to read your work.
All things considered, it may be for the best. After all, you have once again emerged victorious from a battle with the Reaper.
No, don't remind him. Ah, that's very true. And there is no salvation for a person in the dock when the Reaper is the prosecutor. Man who will have delusions of grandeur in a few months.
Desire to return post-haste to the perceived safety of your homeland is one I quite understand.
My goodness, yes. Faced with such a terrifying prospect. Nobody would consider that cowardly, I'm quite sure.
But that's not what I'm leaving. I mean it. Objection.
That's funny. And that was the case that we found ourselves embroiled in 6 months ago now. Soseki-san did indeed return to Japan and submitted a report about both cases to the government. It was on reading that report that Professor Mikotoba was prompted to visit the scholar. And barely any time later, Susato-san was given the news that she must return to Japan as well. Hello!
Hello.
Is it like a penguin? What is going on there? Oh my goodness. On the back of a telegram stating falsely that her father had fallen gravely ill. The only possible explanation that comes to mind is what happened after the trial on the following day.
What happened on the following day?
The day that we uncovered the loot hidden by the now deceased convict in his former lodgings. What did happen? What did
You better not to
happen?
be continued, us.
Don't you
You
dare.
better not.
Oh,
Okay, good.
shit, here we are.
Where's the loot? Where's the loot? Where's the loot? It's behind all the books.
Gimme. It's the books. It is just the books. He actually found the loot, and he took the loot, and he spent that to buy books.
Because the true treasure is knowledge.
And the friends we made along the way. He has 2. Oh!
And one sinister enemy.
Yeah, exactly. Well done, Mr. Sholmes. How simply marvelous of you. To uncover the secret hiding place in just 1 day.
Wasn't it supposed to take 30 minutes?
Yeah, that's what that's fine. I don't need to read it.
I believe I told you, my dear fellows, skin prints are extremely useful in such situations.
Wouldn't you agree, Gregson?
Gregson's mad. Gregsy's been happily munching in agreement this whole time, you know, Hurley. Happily? I think perhaps humorlessly might be closer to the truth.
So, it transpires the man fashioned a hiding place in the ceiling.
And what's in it? What exactly is the loot?
Let us look then, if you're ready. Let's examine the late burglar's haul.
What the? What is that? Uh-oh. It looks to be some sort of neckband or collar. A collar? It's huge, though. And look at all the gemstones set in it. I can see why it was claimed to be worth 1,000 pounds. Perhaps I could have it as a belt. Oh, have you noticed on the inside there? There are some dark stains. You don't think they could be blood, do you? I mean, there's quite a lot of it. On second thoughts, perhaps I won't have it as a belt. Then of course there's this emblem here. A large letter B and a small crown. What does it signify, do you think? Oh, I hadn't noticed that. I feel as though I've seen that emblem somewhere before, you know? Where could it have been?
That's enough of that, I think.
Oh god, oh god. What? What's the matter with Mr. Sholmes? All the color has drained from his face.
Well, Inspector, I believe you ought to be taking this, oughtn't you? It could be valuable evidence, after all. It must be kept safely under lock and key. Ah, yes. Get your grubby hands off that, you lot, and hand it over, now!
Yikes. I'd never seen a collar that large before. And all those jewels certainly look to be extremely valuable. But that's not what stood out the most to me. At least, not once I'd noticed it. Those dark marks on the inside of the collar. Those stains. Could they really have been blood? Ooh. Ooh. Well, that was a funny case, wasn't it? But it's all buttoned up now. And you look very pleased, Iris. I am, because I was starting to wonder what I could use as the basis of this month's story in the magazine. But this case will be perfect. It's been so fascinating. You're talking about the latest installment of The Adventures of Sherlock Sholmes, I presume. The mystery of the knife in the mist and the mustached man and the convict's curse, perhaps. I could make it a two-part story. Oh, I can't wait.
A word, please, Iris.
Yes? What is it, Hurley?
I'm sorry, but you can't write about this case. It's out of the question.
What? Why not? It's a great case.
Then I shall have to insist that you limit yourself to the first of your two titles. The second must never be written. Is that clear?
Yes.
And so it was that the second of Soseki-san's cases became buried in obscurity. Now, looking back, I feel I understand. I can see why Mr. Sholmes forbade Iris from publishing the story. It would take a little longer before I saw the link between everything that had happened and would happen. For it wasn't until 2 months after the arrival of Susato-san's letter that events began to unfurl again, with an incident that took place at the very heart of the eagerly awaited Great Exhibition of London.
Oh, okay. Yay! We did it! We did it! Oh, I got an achievement! Good for me!
What'd you get?
An achievement for finishing that case.
Congratulations! You finished that case.
Finished that case. I did indeed. What's the next one? The Return of the Great You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to fucking know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. I don't want to know.
I the moment you started pause, I was like, what are you getting so worked up about? And then I realized, oh, you have hope.
Oh, no.
You had denial. Okay.
Oh, no. It's fine. I won't find out until next week. I won't find out what this is about until next week. That's fine. That's fine.
Hello and welcome to the part of the Ace Attorney canon where we get spirit mediums and stuff.
Sweet. I love that shit. Do we all get funny necklaces and big boobies? Is that what happens next?
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. You never know what will happen on the Great Ace Attorney. I can't. Okay.
The Great Wheel. Hold on, I'm reading these. The United Kingdom, the Great Exhibition of London. Austrian Empire, the Great Exhibition of London. Ottoman Turkey, the Great Exhibition of London. The Great Wheel, the Great Exhibition. I guess they're showing off the cool new wheel that they got. And the radio megaphone in front of the Crystal Tower with some balloons.
This is gonna be crazy.
That looks like a death laser combined with
It
like...
does look like a death laser.
Is that the murder weapon?
Maybe? It does say the Great Departed Soul, so like it could be a really big one. Yeah. Could just be a really big one.
Nessie escaped and starts terrorizing London,
Nessie
and they gotta bring in the death laser.
That's my favorite Ace Attorney case. How did you know? This is the year they invented murder. Yes, exactly. Everything before was just like diet manslaughter.
It was just larceny.
Yeah. John Murder was here. God, I can't. I hate this game. We can't go back to court, so that's a problem.
Oh right, we're going into the future where we've been disbarred for.
Yeah, we're going back to the future where we've been no longer allowed to practice law because we uncovered government secrets on fucking accident.
Speaking of going into the future, I have a proposal.
Uh-oh.
So this constitutes a time skip to the most future part of the timeline so far. We are skipping back past the events of Game 1 all the way to the most future ever. Okay. And I think that would be an excellent time to have... Like we can time skip you into when you have your live 2D.
Oh my god, but that's in like 2 weeks. You want me to wait 2 weeks?
Maybe.
Why are you like this?
I just thought it would be cool. It's we finished the case. We can start a new case in the new era. Like it's the future. You're about to be in the future.
I guess so, but that's 2 weeks.
Yeah, we would skip next Wednesday, do something. Oh wait, frick, no.
2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
Oh frick,
yeah.
I did not think this through. I'm a fool.
But now the thing is, okay, but like hear me out. I want to do like maybe something special on that week. The week of like the 17th through the 21st, Monday through Friday. There, because the Friday is when I'm doing my live 2D.
Yeah, what would you want to do that week?
It's too bad this game doesn't have any like escapades we can go do.
Well, it did, but we did them all during game 1.
Oh, but they're not.
I mean, they were made as part of game 2, is what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
Temporally, it does not have any.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will have to ponder this.
We will have to ponder this. I'll ponder.
We'll have to ponder if there's something else we need to do or something.
Mm-hmm.
Man. Gonna keep me in suspense
Sorry.
for 2 weeks. That's the meanest thing you've ever done to me.
Sorry, I apologize. No.
I thought we were friends.
No, I didn't mean. I thought it was just 1 week skip, not 2.
It's 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Because I'm debuting in 2 weeks.
We'll either not do this plan or we'll think of something worth it.
We'll think
Like,
of something, yeah.
We'll figure it out.
It definitely would be okay to wait to start this one. I just got to think of something else to do or take the days off. I don't know. I know, Pianui, 2 weeks is a long time, but it's 2.5 weeks until my debut. 2 weeks and 2 days until my live 2D that may or may not crash my computer. We will find out. It doesn't crash my computer when I'm using it. So, and when I'm like, I was playing Star Rail with it up. So like, maybe it'll work out. Yeah. Debut soon. Yeah. Did everybody get to see? Hold on. Let me.
You gonna show the image?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna go back to my chatting screen. But I don't think
You
you're on
also
it, so
get the
on it.
teaser for my Friday thing, just because it's happening in 2 days. And
Yeah. Toss it
Thank
in
you.
the chat and I'll throw it up there. Make it easy for you
Okay.
to find.
I can get it for you. I put it in a place.
I'm seeing double.
Oh no, I'm 2 people.
Wait, I'll disappear one. There we go.
Oh no, I'm not as many people anymore.
1 people. I need to make an actual like graphic for my debut.
Here you go.
Okay, hold. I'll get it. We're down an exception. We are. Indeed.
Or
down
this
an
is why you back
exception.
up your files.
Where did I put this? Hold on. There it is. Doop, doop, doo, doo, doo. Oh, that's too big. That's too big. That's too big.
Oh,
No,
We
you
got
can
the
see me
zoom.
too good. You can see me too well. No.
we're zooming.
No, you can see me too well. No. Look, I'm beautiful. I'm beautiful. I'm gonna be pretty. I'm very shiny. I'm very, very shiny. And let me get the exception graphic.
Yay.
Save image in this folder. This folder. What is that file name?
I don't remember what I named it.
Key Smash? A lot of
What?
Key Smash is what it's coming across as.
I think that's because I took this off of the copy that got uploaded to social media, so it named it something, and then I downloaded it back.
Named it something else.
Because for some reason I couldn't just take it from my actual files because I'm like a weird sort of mental effort lazy.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'm
You
also
guys.
very large soon.
4th
Ooh.
anniversary for Exception. Friday,
Yeah.
March 7th
Yeah.
at noon central. At noon central?
Noon Central.
Noon central. Okay.
Noon Central. I mean, it's the usual stream time.
It is.
Also, I should alert there might be about 1.5 hours early a little pre-stream watch along for my debut highlight,
Ooh.
which will just sort of be like a weird 1.5 hour pre-stream stream, which I guess is technically part of the debut, but it's not like the part of it that I'm there for. It's just like I'm turning on the TV, walking out of the room, and you're watching it for 1.5 hours, and then my show shows up. It's like when a cartoon does, like, they have a new episode of a cartoon, but like the episode before it plays in the previous time slot, it's like that.
It's like that. But we've got a party to be had on Friday,
Yeah,
March 7th. 4 years.
4 of them.
How does it feel? Are you saving that for Friday?
No, I'll speak on it now. It went from being like a big, crazy step out into a social space and activity, and now it feels almost routine and like a comfort. Like,
Yeah.
it's always still the case that prior to a stream, I'm a little stressed out. I'm like, oh no, what do I stream? Are people gonna like it? Will people show up? But always during the stream itself, it's just pleasant. It's like I can just sit there, relax, perform an activity, just pass the time and have a good moment.
Yeah. I agree with that. I agree with that in my experience too, because like I'll probably talk about this around my own anniversary, which my 3rd anniversary is this month and has prompted me to do the debut. If I was smart, I would have done the debut before my anniversary, but that's okay. I wanted to give myself an extra week. Anyway, it's like, I think it took me until last year to really find what I wanted to do with streaming. Because before then, it was very, like, solitary for me a lot of the times, and I was just kind of doing whatever all the time. And now I feel like with more structure, it's done better for me. Like, it's become more comfortable, and I've got, like, regular people that I get to stream with and stuff like that makes it a lot more pleasant and a lot more fun. I like collabs. I'll talk about that on my debut, but I like collabs. They make me happy. And I'm glad I'm going to be there on Friday. I'm going to be tuned in. I'm going to be watching. I'm going to be at work, but I'm going to be watching.
Yay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do have something I want to say, a little bit of trivia about the teaser image that I made.
Go ahead.
All 8, okay, so the image is like 2 parts. There's the 8 horizontal stripes of different skies, and then there's the me silhouette of the sky. The 8 stripes of sky are all taken from screenshots of games and streams I've done. So those aren't just like arbitrary skies. Those are from specific games. I'm curious if anyone can like figure out what games they are.
Oh my gosh, that's crazy.
I will say that from top to bottom, they are roughly in chronological order. And as for the silhouette, that one is an actual real guy. That's sort of a juxtaposition. They kindly donated by Lark because hard to get skies in a computer. I would have used Bliss, but I feel like that's cheating. Might be copyright infringement.
Mm-hmm.
That's more of my mom's wheelhouse, not mine. But yeah.
That's cool.
And if you're wondering, the QR code just goes to tv.org.
Uh-oh. Pianui's got one.
Second one, top to bottom, which one is it?
What is it?
Guess where your mouth is and say it out loud. Incorrect. Incorrect, actually. The second from the top is not Armored Core.
I feel like the second from the bottom is Armored Core.
You are correct. The second from the bottom is Armored Core.
Oh shit! Number one exception fan right here. Right here. Right now. Number one exception fan. Just proved it. Just proved it to the whole internet.
Very well done.
Everybody else get good. Everybody else get good. Oh my god. That's funny. I can't believe I guessed that right. That's so funny.
The second from the bottom one's a picture of Contaminated City B, the nighttime map with the big building in the background. But I do understand what you mean with the sky and the mech. Like the like I can see how you would think it's like the sky of Xylem or something. Maybe have Rusty in it, maybe. Yes. Good job though.
I just thought I was guessing based on the like cloud pattern looking vaguely familiar. Like it just looks familiar. It looks familiar, and I was like, none of the other ones look familiar, so that has to be the one that's Armored Core. Like that's the one that's the most familiar.
Yeah, of all of these, I think number 3 from the top and number 4 from the top are going to be the hardest. Because 3 is just solid color, and 4 is obscure.
I know what 3 is.
What's 3?
Absolutely. Without a doubt. It's Farmville. Obviously. Hello? We all know you're the biggest Farmville tuber. You weren't expecting that one, like, were you?
No sky in that game?
Sorry, I gotta say dumb stuff. It's required of me by law. Oh gosh. Yep. Anything else exciting we need to talk about? That's I after your anniversary stream, I'll get the stuff together ready for my anniversary weekend, my debut, but I wanted to like wait so we can celebrate the exceptioning. Exception inception. Exceptionception. Oh, Pianui has a guess on the last one, Space Engineer.
Pianui is correct. The last one is Space Engineer.
That would have been my guess, but I thought I'd stop while I was ahead.
I think that one's pretty easy to infer just by the fact that I said these are in chronological order mostly.
Some of us are newer to the exceptioning.
Yeah, but that means that the lower ones are going to be the ones that are more familiar in your memory. That's more
that
recent.
Makes sense.
Yeah, so bottom, Space Engineer. Second from the bottom, Armored Core. The rest yet to be identified. I know what it is.
The fifth one is Balatro. It's actually the sky reflected in a Joker's eye.
It's actually just really zoomed in
yeah.
on the Cloud 9 Joker.
Really zoomed in, exactly. You damn missed opportunities. Missed opportunities. Missed opportunities.
I could keep going, but I'm going to keep some secrets and reveals of both general normal trivia and lore for the actual anniversary.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm excited.
All the amount I've streamed, I don't think anyone actually knows my name. It's common knowledge.
Exception.
No, that's like my title.
Shh. Don't tell.
I'm saving it for the anniversary.
I am
Put it on the record.
excited. I hope I don't have like, if anybody tries to get me to be in a meeting at that time, I'm gonna be like, I'm dying. I have to go lay down for several hours. Bye.
Yeah, I know I'm exception, Pianui, but that's like a call sign. That's like
I know what your real name is.
Yeah, I probably mentioned it in like.
Pizza. There are levels to that inference. You're welcome. Are you trying to figure out the levels?
The weird thing is, I think I can see the silhouette of the level. Like, I think I understand how you got there.
Aren't you glad we're friends and that I force you to sit through this shit on my stream constantly? Oh my god, so funny. I'm sorry, I'll stop making dumb jokes about your cool, awesome, spectacular anniversary-ness.
I mean, I'm all for it, but I feel like we should cut the commercial before we get Twitch commercials.
Oh yeah, we got Twitch
We got, like,
commercial.
3
Don't worry
minutes.
about it. All right, I'll end the stream. All right, I'll end the
Tune
stream.
in
Isn't
2
it-
days for the continuation of this conversation.
Like there's a Jolene emoji in my chat. I love to see it.
Ooh.
Okay, I love JoJo's. JoJo's is
I
good.
do too. I'm a big fan of the parts.
The parts. Wait, which part's your favorite? Did I ask you
2.
this before? 2. Okay, that's fair. Oh, now we're in an
I
ad
just
break.
really like Joseph. I just think he's cool.
Steel Ball Run is my favorite.
Ah.
Part 5 used to be my favorite, but like the more I think about Steel Ball Run, the more I like it. Like, it's just a problem. It's just so batshit insane. It's a good bad movie. Your legal name is Jolene. That's awesome. You have a song named after you. Congratulations. And a JoJo. Congratulations. Double.
Yeah.
Double congrats. Alright. But I will... Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I got this. I got this. Hold on. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Okay, I've done what I needed to do. That's all for me. I will catch you guys in Exceptions chat on Friday. While I harass the masses. No, I'll be attentive and polite. Don't worry about it. I am attentive and polite during the weekdays. I only get crazy after like 7 p.m. And that's when I stream, so that should tell you something. Alright, who we raiding? Let's find somebody to raid. I'm gonna look it up. Is there anybody doing Ace Attorney that's not spoilers? Oh. One of my friends is playing right now.
Ooh.
They're playing the first game of TGAA. I think I will raid her.
An excellent opportunity.
It is. Okay, I know where we're going.
Can you tell what case they're on?
They're on the boat.
Oh, they're on the boat.
They're on the boat.
Case 2 of the past.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'm gonna go to the end screen, guys, and we will see you soon. Bye, everybody.